On the news tonight, Zamfara State Government partners UNICEF for effective disaster management. Zamfara women empower with improved sanitization knowledge. Plus, Saudi authorities organizes workshop for media organization covering Hajj exercise. Good evening and welcome to NTA News. I am Umar Adam. Now the news in details. In a bid to promote environmental sustainability and the public health, the Agroclimatic Resilience in Semi-Arid Landscape (ACRISL), in collaboration with Health Standard Concern Organization, has organized women group on proper waste disposal practices. The event brought together dozens of women who were empowered with the knowledge needed to improve sanitation in their communities. Correspondent Bello Sani has more on the report.
The sensitization is part of ACRISL's broader commitment to environmental protection and community engagement, particularly in areas prone to climate-related and waste management challenges. The program educated women on the health hazards associated with indiscriminate waste disposal, including waterborne diseases and environmental pollution. The Executive Director of Health Standard Concern Organization, Abdullahi Lawal Bungudu, emphasized the crucial role women play in maintaining hygiene, both at the household and community levels. He noted that empowering women with right knowledge and tools is essential in addressing waste management challenges effectively.
Mostly women at home, when they sweep, they always used to dump the waste anyhow. So we want to sensitize them on how to dispose the waste appropriately.
ACRISL officer Nafiu Ali, who gave an overview of the program, stressed the need for collective action in tackling environmental challenges in communities. High fun of the event was a short drama illustrating proper waste management techniques and the importance of environmental cleanliness. In Gusau, Bello Sani Maradun, NTA News.
As the rainfall progresses for this year's farming, farmers in the state were advised to choose assorted seedlings with a view to having bumper harvest. Agricultural expert and the Assistant Director, Department of Seed Management, Zamfara State Ministry of Agriculture, Yusuf Abdul Mimin Rebe, gave the advice while commenting on the commencement of farming activities in the state. Our correspondent Muhammad Abubakar compiled the report.
Barely 2 weeks for the drop of rain in Gusau and environs, farmers have since commenced farming activities in their various farmlands. Commenting on the preparation of the farming activities for this year's rainy season, an agricultural expert and Assistant Director Seed Management Department of the State Ministry of Agriculture, Yusuf Abdul Mumin Ripi, after proper farming clearance, harrowing and plowing, farmers are strongly advised to choose the best seedlings for onward planting in their farmland so as to gain higher quality and quantity crop produce. The expert maintained that the rain experienced so far is enough for the soil to receive seedlings for growth. In a visit to some farmlands, our correspondent observed that many farmers working on their farms, while some are harrowing, others have continued planting activities. Malam Nafi Musa said he has since cleared his farm and is now planting soya beans. Other farmers interviewed, Rabi Ibrahim and Muhammad Aliyu, stated that they are optimistic with the level of rainfall so far to plant their crops, as some farmers in other areas have since planted theirs. It could be recalled that rainfall was delayed this year when compared with the last year, 2024, when the rain started dropping around the months of May. In Gusau, Muhammad Abubakar, NTA News.
Inadequate equipment for stakeholders for effective preparedness and response had been identified as major challenges of disaster management. This came to the fore at a 2-day workshop organized by Zamfara State Ministry of Humanitarian and Disaster Management in collaboration with UNICEF, titled Preparedness and Simulation Exercise. Correspondent Abdul Hakim Ahmed Yaqub was there and now reports.
State Ministry for Humanitarian and Emergency Management, in collaboration with the UNICEF, has organized 2-day workshop to enlighten the critical stakeholders in preparedness and timely response to emergencies. The workshop was declared open by the Commissioner, Ministry for Humanitarian and Disaster Management, represented by the Permanent Secretary Alhaji Bashar Abubakar Maradun.
Well, this is one of us strengthen our knowledge on how we are going to curb the escalating or offending disaster, most especially in the present rainy season situation.
Two papers were presented by the head of NEMA Sokoto Operation Office, Aliu Shehu Kafin-Dangi. The first paper digested the role of NEMA in ensuring effective and timely response in Nigeria, and second one talked about challenges of disaster management. Some of the challenges identified include inadequate funding, low institutional capacities in data generation, and poor implementation of the disaster action plan. Others are weak enforcement of land use plan, low level of awareness at community level, ineffective early warning system, and inadequate equipment for critical stakeholders. Aliu Shehu therefore called on the relevant stakeholders to collaborate and do the needful to change the narrative.
All it needs the state government to do is to get us involved where we do the program.
Also speaking, representative at UNICEF Olayenka Ofolabi explained the planning and risk analysis, saying that commitment and effective communication are crucial factors for successful disaster management. Participants have made significant contributions through questions and observations aimed at improving the system to work better. In Gusau, Abdul Hakim Ahmad Yaqub, NTA News.
The Saudi authorities has organized workshop for journalists covering the 2025 Hajj exercise. Our correspondent in Saudi Arabia, Jamilu Ibrahim, reports.
The sensitization workshop organized by the Saudi General Authority for Media Regulation in collaboration with the Pilgrims Awareness Center is titled Mechanisms of Media Work in the Hajj Season 1446. It is primarily aimed at sensitizing the international media professionals covering this year's Hajj on the regulation and procedures governing their conduct in the kingdom. The sensitization workshop being attended by no fewer than 100 media representatives from across 40 countries of the world is part of the Saudi authorities' effort to ensure effective coverage of the 2025 Hajj, and in accordance with the laid-down rules and regulations of the Saudi Kingdom. Various papers were presented at the event, which largely focused on how to get permit for media coverage in the kingdom, especially as it affects the holy sites, as well as the code of conduct in upholding the ethics of the profession. Others are the media licensing for field photography and the use of the temporary studios, among other things. The NACOM media team representatives were led to the event by the Commission Head of Public Affairs, Ahmad Muhammad Musa. The need for media to intensify efforts in the area of sensitizing the pilgrims on vital issues related to this year's Hajj was also emphasized at the workshop. Top among the vital issues are that of the Hajj permit Nusukat and the restriction of the pilgrims' movement on the Arafat day from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. owing to the predicted heat waves.
This is very useful workshop because we get some information how to communicate with the ministry here in Saudi Arabia and with our pilgrims.
We are very much happy, and this is the venue where we can meet our Muslim brothers from all over the world.
The workshop is coming few days after the Saudi authority granted the team of the international journalists free access to cover some major sacred and historic places in the holy city and its environs. The development is said to be the first of its kind in recent years. From Jeddah in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, Jamilu Ibrahim, NTA News.
With this report, we come to the end of our news tonight. Thanks for watching. Good night.